All right, greetings everybody. So someone just let me know it's Tesla's birthday. Now, did you know Tesla was an actual person? It's amazing how and if you don't know, I hope I'm not insulting you, but it's amazing how uneducated our culture is. Like Tesla was like this like genius dude. A lot of people think that he invented radio, but that other guy Marconi got credit for it. So anyway, like Tesla was like this super genius electric dude. He came over to the United States, and I don't know, I think maybe the 1870s, 1880s, and he worked for Westinghouse, and I'm sorry, he worked for Thomas Edison, and Edison allegedly said, if you can do this, I'm going to give you a $50,000 bonus. So whatever that was, Tesla did it, and then he went to Edison and was like, where's my bonus? And Edison was just like, I ain't giving you a bonus. It was just a joke. Now, as someone who has worked for like people that are like, you know, these like huge dudes like Edison or whatever, yeah, it doesn't surprise me, man. These guys don't get to where they are by being Boy Scouts. But anyway, after that, Tesla decided to go out to Pittsburgh and he aligned with Westinghouse, George Westinghouse. And it became the battle of AC versus DC. Now, I always get them confused, but whatever Edison did was wrong because, like in New York City, you'd have to have a power plant for each block. And whatever Tesla and Westinghouse figured out there in Niagara Falls, with that power, like they could just send the current a long way. So there's a really good book about it, which I read a while ago. But Empires of Light, it's really cool. See, our country's history and Wall Street they're the same. They're so entwined. I mean, like this morning I was reading about the labor movement. In the Wall Street bombing and the labor movement in the early 1900s. Well, why was there a labor movement? Because miners and workers thought that they were being oppressed, and they were. Conditions were unsafe. Well, where did that come from? Well, I don't know. Money, people trying to raise money. So I know that the capitalists or whatever, you can argue against them, but if they weren't there, these people wouldn't have jobs, period. So anyway, Tesla was also a hair band back in the 80s. I'm not going to show you this 5-man acoustical jam. And, whatever. They made money. We're talking about them here 40 years later. And they were smart enough to know who Tesla was. So anyway, let's go look at the chart. And you guys have known that this has been on my watch list for a reversal here for like a put trade, right? Don't short it. I tell my students don't short stocks, period. I don't think I've ever shorted a stock in my life. Personally, I have for some of the places I've worked for, but it's just too much risk. If you're a regular retail investor, you should just buy the puts. It's really just that simple. But anyway, if we look at Tesla, what has happened? Where did we run into resistance? Well, just check out my video from a couple days ago. I said we would run into resistance right around here. And there's a reason for it. Well, markets run into resistance at former resistance levels. This level was first a peak in October. Then it became a peak in December. Now it's a peak again. It's so overbought. There's a really good chance that this thing reverses. And I'm going to have it on my trade screen on the short side ideas. Now, let's just talk about this. The other day, I said, this thing has gone to 250 and I'm sorry, let me just fix this. It's gotten to 250 and it's a potential reversal idea. But I also said, let's not get into it until the reversal actually starts. Because it might not start. It might keep going higher. And our talk was about, all right, whatever this line is here, 246, if it gets back below this, then we take our short position. Then we buy puts. Why? Well, this was an important price level. It was the close here. It was the open here. A lot of volume traded there. So there's a good chance there's going to be some support there. So there's a good chance we get down there and then we find support and we rally. It's only when we break the support that we jump in. Now, look at what happened. I was wrong. I thought we were going to reverse. But guess what? I didn't lose any money because I didn't take a position because the reversal didn't start. Now, this is kind of more important than a psychological level to be at a previous peak. Now, what would be my signal here? Potential triggers. The trade is set up. Think about it like this. Think about it like, all right, you go to the races and it's like the starter's like on your mark, get set. That's where we are now. We haven't had the go signal yet. The go is when the reversal starts. One potential trigger could be, All right, if this RSI line starts to head lower, we talked about this the other day. It's still going higher. So this trigger never got triggered, for lack of a better term, right? So I would say that is one thing to think about. There's no right way to do it, whatever fits your style. I would also say this stock is so overbought. The market is so overbought. Now I would become a little bit more aggressive. So let's bump our price up here. What would be our trigger price to get in? So we closed around 263. We're pretty tight there, man. I would say a close between. So this is red line is 262. Let's give ourselves a couple of points. A close at 260 or below. That's when I'm thinking about buying Tesla puts. Considering the what's going on with the market, I think that's a low risk idea. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.